Welcome back.
What up, baby? Episode 7.
Hey,
I see the fresh cut. Peep the fresh cut.
hey, look at the
Man,
fade.
first thoughts of that was you went from bubble Andre Iguodala to Drake real quick.
Hey, hey, man, I got a fade to catch with you today, so let's get it popping.
A fade to catch. I'm catching fades. Awesome. We coming off of another dope game 2, another dope Eastern Conference Final game. We're gonna go ahead and get straight to it, man. First of all, this is Essam. I'm Ali, and we are the Locked Up Podcast. Episode 7,
up,
ladies and
everybody?
gentlemen. Game 2. Miami takes a 2-0 lead. I was right, and you know what? They did me proud because I get to use the dope thumbnail again. I had to.
Hey,
The Boston one was nice, but I like the
the
Miami
Heat
one
one
more.
was a bit better. That's all right.
I'm glad they won because of that reason.
As
And that
you
was
would
my
say,
prediction
it is what
too.
it is.
It is what it is. It is what it
It is what it
is.
is. Yeah.
It is what it is. First thoughts up front. Did you catch the full game?
Yeah, of course. Oh man, we
Mhm.
locked in and studying the game like a professional out here. I feel like a real
Yeah.
analyst. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna go down my notes because it's nice in
Go
order. It's
for
like my thought process of what I went through. So before the game started, based off what we said last time, I was looking out for two players in particular. I was looking at Duncan Robinson and Kemba
Mhm.
Walker. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So your man Kemba finally stepped up. That's good to see. Fantastic. And Duncan Robinson started sinking some threes. Man, that guy he hit nothing but threes today. He literally jacked like 12 of them things. Love
Bro, that one where he was in the corner and he literally like caught it here and he just released it. It was his second 3, I think. His second or his third
Nasty.
3. That was so Klay Thompson-esque. It was insane. Like that was a mirror of Klay Thompson.
Man, I'm not gonna
Just
lie. There was a moment where the camera panned at Duncan Robinson on the bench, and he's standing next to what is it, Miles Leonard,
yeah, Myers.
and it's just the most like American high school white boy dudes ever. Like that sight, I was like, man, these guys,
American Pie. It was literally
American Pie,
American Pie.
looking. Yep.
They
So
pulled through in the end.
He hit his first 2 threes of the game, which is great.
Mhm.
I also had a thought. Oh, but actually, both Kimba and Robinson hit a 3 off the gate. So I was like, "Ooh, okay."
It was one of them.
Guys I'm looking out for. And then basically, I went, and then Crowder hit a 3, and I went, "Yep. If Crowder's also hitting threes, it's a wrap. Like it's done. Like if Hero, Robinson, and Crowder are getting the threes in, like I think they can even be a threat to the Lakers in the future. You know what I mean? And then my next thought was, "Oh, Cantor." Coming in the game.
I said that in the last episode.
Yeah, I told you that he is in the bubble, and he got like,
I was like,
garbage
is he
time
injured?
minutes.
What's like? I was like,
Yes,
what's
I thought
like,
maybe
where
he's
is he?
hurt or something, but I don't know.
Hmm.
And then Cantor was really good. He started off like 4 for 4, I believe. But
By
then,
the way, Duncan Robinson was only 3s, 6 of 12.
yeah,
Only 3s today.
I spit facts over here, brother. I spit facts. He hit, he jacked 12 of them things and hit 6.
Got so many facts. I'm like a fax machine. Yep. And what else?
What else? So and then Bam and Butler started off 0 for 3. So I was like, oh no, what's going on here, man? Butler just, I don't get the buzz, man. He's the best player on the team, but man, he just does not have to score a lot of points. He doesn't have to carry the team like that. He literally just like chills out to the fourth, almost on some LeBron things.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's one of those guys that he even said it. He likes to get his team going first. But with that being said, like he was not playing that well at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference.
What else? Yep. So then I noticed that they both didn't start off well, both Bam and Butler, but then they both turned it up second half, especially Bam Bam. Bam Bam started off pretty bad percentage wise and ended up with like 10 for 16. So that was pretty nasty. And he was throwing on a dunk contest second half.
He was
great to see.
Yeah.
I noticed that Celtics dropped 60 the first half, so I was like, "Ooh, what's going on here?" But then third quarter, you know what? See, this is what I love about the Heat. They don't give up. They don't look down. They just continue to work, they continue to fight, and then they ended up with like a 7-point lead by the end of the third. So that became a nice close game. I said, I was looking down and I was like, man, Crowder's now 1 for 4 from 3. He needs to get going.
Yeah.
And then what else? And then I was looking at Bam and Butler were 2 for 6, both of them by the halftime. So they definitely turned up after that. So that's good. And and Kemba, shout out to Kemba. I've been slandering him a lot. He was 6 for 10 by halftime. So I was like, oh, well done. He's showing out a little bit. And by the end of the game, what did he get? Let's just take a look here. Kemba Walker 9 for 19. Not too bad. Not too bad. 23 points.
Right. Okay, so Miami man of the match.
Ooh. Miami man of the match. I think I got to give it to Bam Bam.
Yep.
Butler had some like 2 real clutch steals. Ooh. See, okay, so like Goran's just unreliable. I've been saying
that. He is.
So I almost don't want to give him credit for doing what he's been doing. But I think Bam, because of the way Bam started and the way he finished off, I think I got to give it to Bam. 10 rebounds, a block.
15 in the third, bro. 15 in the third.
Even 4 assists. Very nice.
Without that, they lose this game. So I got to give it to Bam as well. Bam to me is the man of the match today.
Yep, I got to give Idris. I gotta give the Heat a lot of credit. They continue to scrap and they hustle hard, and they don't give up. And that was the mentality that made me think, you know what, they're gonna beat the Celtics. Based on what I saw, I had the Celtics making it through to the finals, but I doubted it once the series was locked in. And yep, it's coming true. And now that it's 2-0, I think it's a wrap. To be honest, I'm gonna keep it stacked with you, Ali. I think it's a gentleman sweep.
Gentlemen, in five.
I think we're predicting like 6 or 7 game series, but I think it's done.
Yeah, I said it's either 5 or 7, depending on how the Heat play.
See, if Heat were down 2-0, I think they'll bring it back to 2-2 or something, or make it a 6-game or 7-game series. But because it's the Celtics down 2-0, I think it's over.
Yeah.
I don't think they have that mentality.
With that being said, I don't know if I should ask this then. Boston man of the match.
Boston man of the match. You know what? I want to give it to I want to say shout out to Kemba for actually stepping up and actually having like a proper game.
Yeah.
I really don't like the fact that he jacked 11 threes. He needs to just relax on those. I know most of the time it's like end of the shot clock situation, so he's just heaving one up. But man, he just has to be smarter, man, as the best player. I think I'm gonna give it to Jaylen Brown.
Those last 2 threes,
so just the last 2 threes, but even you were saying in the chat, like, man, he doesn't get the ball enough. He doesn't get enough touches. But I swear Brown is the most clutch one out of all of them. He's definitely
so many times
Tatum, in my opinion.
So many times I just forget. It's a lot of times. I'm just like, that's Brown.
Yeah, he doesn't handle a lot, but he gets the ball when it matters, though. So I think that's why he doesn't complain.
He's got a nice mid-range, bro. He's got a really nice mid-range. That's the one thing I noticed.
His shot making is nice. His shot making is nice. I think maybe his handling or his driving maybe is not as good as Kemba and Tatum. I think maybe that's why he doesn't get the ball. Otherwise, his shot is just as wet as anyone in the team.
Oh, okay.
Talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
I said it was gonna be either 5 or 7. The Miami Heat. Oh, I hit my mic. The Miami Heat are gonna sweep the Boston Celtics, bro.
Oh, sweep.
4-0. They're gonna sweep the Celtics.
You know what? I ain't mad at that. I actually can see that happening. I just like to think that surely the Celtics can catch some kind of heat and win one. Like,
bro,
I would not be shocked because I'm saying it's a gentleman's sweep now. And obviously that's easy to say when it's 2-0. But to be honest, I'm very disappointed in the Celtics that they let it get to 2-0. And since that's the case, I think it's a gentleman's sweep or sweep. Could be sweep. What's that feature song? Sweep. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's done. Get the prunes out.
Yeah, that one. Bro, Celtics lost this one. The Heat didn't win this one. I'll put it to you that way. They had
I agree.
They had
60 points in halftime.
20 turnovers. 20 turnovers.
Ooh, really? Damn.
The Heat had 9. The Heat had 9 turnovers.
Wow. All
And
right, let's take a look at these stats.
But the thing is, bro, is the Celtics were shooting really well. 50% from the field, 35, a little bit like 36 from 3. Free throws about 80%, 79 and a bit. It's just honestly that Bam Bam 15-point run in the third, that mentally drained the Celtics. That took them out completely. Idris got to be my Miami man of the match, bro. And for Boston
in the second half.
Yeah, my boy Marcus Smart didn't do too much today. 2 of 6 from 3. He's just the vocalist, bro. Like that guy's always going to have some sort of impact. I still stand by the fact he's the most important player to this team.
Absolutely.
I gotta give it to Kemba because he finally showed out. It is one game, so I'm not too impressed. Like I've seen this dude drop 40s and 50s and all that, so he should be doing this.
I haven't seen that in a minute, to be honest. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Well, in Charlotte,
40 piece he's dropped on Charlotte.
He's dropped a 40 piece this season. Charlotte. He dropped a 40 piece this season. No, he played better in Charlotte. He played better in Charlotte.
One stat that strikes me is the Miami Heat attempted 43 3-pointers, and the Celtics only attempted 28. All right, and so they were 14 of 43, and the Celtics were 10 of 28. But in terms of percentage, it's literally 32.6 versus 35.7. So it's not even that much different. And they jacked way more. Crazy. You think if a team jacks 43 threes and don't hit it at a crazy clip, you think they're going to lose that game. But no, they did it. And then you can just see the hustles, 11 steals to 5 steals. A couple blocks. Yeah, turnovers, 11 versus 20. Crazy.
Bro, nine turnovers for the Heat, isn't it?
I see 11 here.
Really? Oh, man, NBA app is lying to me.
I don't know. I'm looking at ESPN, so could be wrong.
I don't know. Either way, 20 to 11 or 20 to 9. That's not good, bro. That's not good. So it's the turnover. It's turnovers.
Yeah, it was good to see my man Duncan hit 6 threes. I've been told you we need to see more out of him. Hero didn't do amazing. 1 for 8 from 3.
Oh damn!
We need a bit better than that from you, Hero. But it's okay. I admit. I had fear in my heart when I saw him jack a couple in the fourth. Still strikes fear, regardless.
Oh man!
What else?
It's so weird, bro. Isn't it weird? Just how different the Eastern Conference is to the Western Conference. Like,
it's just 2 different leagues.
It's like 2 different leagues. Honestly, it's like watching 2 different leagues play each other. I do want to touch on something I saw today in related to those big bad bullies. What did Nick Wright call them? The fraudulent front runners. I want to touch on them one more time. They haven't gotten enough heat today. Stephen A. Smith touched on something. So, by the way, congrats to Miami Heat 2-0. In my opinion, you're going to sweep this. You're going to go to the finals. Congrats. But we got to move on to the sweep. Or, I mean, I think it's going to be, if they keep playing this way, it's done.
Sweep is very likely too.
Stephen A. Smith said something. He said, Paul George is heading towards becoming the second coming of Dwight Howard. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. We are both massive, massive Orlando Dwight fans. We both love this dude. I still got love for Dwight. I've always had love for Dwight as well. Your 2K14 Dwight Howard reputation in the Rockets. If you know, you know. So what do you think of this?
All right, so first things first, since we're mentioning Orlando Dwight. So one of my favorite things in basketball is actually blocks. And there's a particular kind of block when it's a swat and it goes into the stand.
Do the sound.
I like to call it I like to call it beach ball action. When the ball flies like it's a light object, like it's a beach ball. Whenever I see those kind of blocks, I love it. I remember back in the day, me and my mate would look at the top 10 like Orlando Dwight blocks, and we'll literally laugh at the rejection. Like we'll literally laugh at it. Like we find it funny how hard he blocks it. So yeah, shout out to Orlando Dwight. So yeah, I saw this clip I think at halftime on Instagram. So I haven't actually had time to watch all the shows today because I woke up and went straight into the game. This is how my time zone works. I think it's pretty like close, but I looked at the stats on Instagram of like their like overall accolades, and Dwight has way more going on than Paul George, to be honest. Like more All-Star appearances, more like everything, like you know what I mean? Defensive Player of the Year, like Paul George, like I get the comparison, and I think it might come true. Like he might become a journeyman and have a whole bunch of different jerseys and his hope every single year, and it won't work. But in all, I think what this question really means is: should the Clippers trade Paul George?
He said
this question really is.
He said he is afraid of him becoming the second coming of Dwight. He was the man in Indiana, and now he's going off to a different team. He went to Thunder to pair up with Westbrook or blah, 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 and now he's going to become a journeyman. There was no like, should they or should they this? This is so insulting to Dwight Howard, bro. Do you remember what this dude did?
The Pacers never went to the finals, right? So
not only did Pacers not go to the final,
he beat LeBron James. Let's say that he beat a younger LeBron James too.
We did not see Kobe versus LeBron because of this man. That's why we never got. If your grandkids ever go, well, hey, you know that Kobe Bryant guy and the LeBron James guy? Why do they never verse each other? Because of Dwight Howard, bro. That's why.
Well, there's one thing I'd like to add is like you said in the past. I mean, when you're a center, you got to have that guard with you. You can't be the best player on the team as a center. Let's not go down that list, shall we?
Exactly. Like he had a good team, but he didn't have like a star next to him. So when I make that point, right?
So there's that excuse for Dwight Howard. But what's Paul George's excuse? Because he was the man. You was like, what was it? Like in high school, you was the man.
Homie. Damn, homie.
Yeah. In the Pacers, he was the man, homie. Ever since he got injured, Paul George, it's been a wrap. He's tried to come back, but he's not quite Pacers Paul George, and that's just the reality of the situation. His shoulders issues, like I think, is really throwing off his shot. Like there are some games where he hits like 8 threes, but then when it matters, yeah, he ain't got it like that, Chief.
Spanked.
And yeah, he laughed at Lillard for missing free throws, but
like, bro, you hit a three off the back.
Hit the backboard.
Yeah. Hit the backboard, fam.
So you can't laugh at Lillard no more. Lillard willed his team. If Paul George was in Lillard's place, they would have not even made.
Wouldn't even make the playoff. That's a bad shot. That's a bro. Just deactivate your social media. Go fishing for 2 months. It's not going to get any easier for you online.
So no, I think Paul George. I think I agree with you. Paul George does not have that status that 09 Howard has.
No,
but
absolutely
in terms of becoming a journeyman and stuff, if he gets traded from the Clippers, then yes, he'll pretty much have a very Dwight Howard-esque thing where he keeps getting traded, but every time there's hope, and every time the press conference he says the right things, but then doesn't execute. I think that will happen to Paul George if he gets traded from the Clippers. If he doesn't get traded, then there's no real comparison. He's not as good as Dwight Howard, and he's not going to become a journeyman like Howard if he doesn't get traded.
But it's Dwight, bro. This isn't just anyone. Like this guy was like Shaq actually. The reason why Shaq ripped into him so much because he felt threatened by him. Like this was a real life looking Superman, bro. Back in the day, PG ain't got the Superman status like that. The media I think it's the media, bro. These media people say some wacky things.
I think it's time for us to call out the media. You know what, bro? I'm tired of them, mate. We, as like a group of boys, like we ain't no professionals or journalists or anything. We're just fans, right?
Yeah.
And we sat there and we saw the Heat making it this far. We saw that, the Heat could beat the Bucks. All right, all year it was nothing but Clippers and Bucks for the finals, as every single media member had. The playoffs came around, and I swear, like 98 out of 100 said Blazers beating Lakers. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. Everyone doubting LeBron. But as Nick Wright says, and the thing is, I hate to quote Nick Wright because he is the LeBron guy. But to be honest, he spits facts when it comes to LeBron. And he said there is nothing more reliable in the last 10 years of television than playoff LeBron.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's facts. Like y'all doubted him against the Blazers. And we gentlemen sweeps. The Rockets come about. Oh, the small ball lineup is gonna cook them. They're gonna get wrecked by 3. Gentlemen sweep. He's making the West look easy. He making
easier than the East.
Easy. And we didn't believe in the Bucks, and we didn't believe in the Raptors. And where they at? They gone. They going home. Okay, then, Giannis MVP doesn't deserve MVP. He's literally gonna get that trophy at home. He ain't even in the bubble to receive it. Defensive Player of the Year, once again, shouldn't have been Giannis. Giannis is a good guy, but why is the media upping him like this? Makes no sense. He just does not deserve these 2 awards. Last MVP, fine, but this MVP, hell no.
Talk to him.
Yeah, no, I'm just tired of these calls that they make. It's just terrible. These are professionals with votes. Their vote needs to hold weight. My MVP is Giannis. Look at the stats. Well, where he at? Where he at? It's ridiculous. I'm so tired of it. Like, I really think you think these professionals that have been watching like basketball when we were like little kids or even more would make better calls and see more things coming, but they really don't. They get into these like little hype trains and they get proven wrong a lot.
It's just narratives,
right? And now when LeBron gets this chip, they're gonna act like they've been supporting him when we saw the doubt all year. Everyone had the Clippers. Everyone had the Clippers. And I'm actually so annoyed that Leonard is not getting roasted as much as he's getting roasted. Okay, like there's like a pie chart, and Doc Rivers is getting a lot of hate. PG's getting a lot of hate. Harold, Lou Will, and Bev is getting a lot of heat. But Kawhi Leonard needs to get roasted more. How mad were we? Now, how mad were we when LeBron and AD only scored 2 points together in the fourth quarter? That very first game of the regular season.
I was so mad.
Well, that was game 1 of 82, right? But they just did that. And in fact, they didn't score 2. They scored 0. I forgot what it was. Was it like 0 for 11, 0 for 14? Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, something stupid.
They didn't score nothing. Fourth quarter of a game 7 in the playoffs. What happened to Leonard when he like postered Giannis last year and he's like limping? Like, you know what I mean? What happened to that buzz?
Yeah.
He was literally like hurt and he still went out there and postered Giannis, like shut him down, clamped him up, locked him up, like went crazy. He went off. Where was that at? Where's that spirit at?
It's just the team, bro. They just had no chemistry.
Had the crown dangling from the chain, bro. That ad was disrespectful. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I just think Leonard deserves more heat than he's getting. Like, I get that he's quiet and reserved, but he's going for the crown. And straight up, that was KD. KD would have got flamed for that. LeBron would have got flamed for that. And absolutely. I feel like Doc Rivers, I literally feel like there's more Doc Rivers discussion than Leonard discussions.
Yeah,
I think people just went, oh yeah, I guess he's not number 1, and then moved on. But y'all was saying he was number 1. So many people were saying he's the best player on the planet, the baddest man on the planet. Oh, if he wins this, he's gonna be top 5 all time. Yeah, I would.
I'm glad you want to go off on the media because I want to go off on them on a little something. Here's your chance to. My boy, snubbed again. Here's another thing. These professionals.
There we go. Oh, this is great because I look at these banners because Ali wanted to surprise me, so I didn't know that this was going to be a topic. Unfortunately, I can't look at the list of the people that were snubbed because I don't want to forget people.
There's no snub team. It's more what's it called?
Because there is a process that had the snub team, but like I want to take a look at the snub team.
That's kind of what I want to go after. Is who do you feel like? I'm going to go ahead and read out the teams to you.
No, I got the teams, but I want to look at the snub team in case I'm forgetting someone important.
Right.
Basically, my point is, first of all, let's start off with the man on the banner. So he didn't even make third team.
Oh, bro, I have a lot to say.
Third team. He averaged 30. He averaged 30. And
wasn't
he's
even an
not first
all-star.
team, second team, or third team. Not an all-star. Man, do you remember when Lillard got snubbed and people got mad at him for having a cry about it? No.
Nope.
It's because they're getting it wrong. And I don't understand how they're getting it wrong. I just don't get it, man.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead by team. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna blurt out these names, and we're gonna go back and forth, and we're gonna say what we would change on these names. Okay. The first team: James Harden, Luka Doncic, Giannis, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Anything you change?
Like off the top of my dome, I'm not mad at that list for first team.
Okay.
I am mad at it because Giannis MVP, so that's gonna be there. Luka pretty lit. Like Luka's pretty lit option, so sure. I know. I'm guessing Harden is the one you have a problem with.
I have a problem with Harden being there.
Okay,
Damian Lillard should be there. Damian Lillard should be there.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
that's what that's one thing I would change.
But I'm sure these votes were pre-bubble, right?
Even then, bro, the guy averaged 50 before the shutdown. Like Blazers he was going
in a great position, but Blazers were in a good position, so I think he gets punished due to team success.
Okay, but it was still for the regular season. We had 8 games in the bubble for the regular season. The man was like, he had an MVP level.
I think but bubble Lillard was crazy, but I think pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID he was still supernova, bro.
I don't think he was first team though.
I would put him there. I would put Lillard first team 100%. Well, that goes for the second team then.
Disagree with that one.
So Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, and Nikola Jokic is the second team.
I would say maybe Pascal Siakam. Not on his hype train. I'm sorry. He's a cool guy, but he ain't a true number one like that.
Yeah, so second team, like really?
So like, well, okay. So just read out the third list real quick, just so I can make sure I'm not saying names that are on the third.
What, the third team? Oh, I have a big problem. I would change almost every player except a couple on this.
Just read that out for me, so I can start maybe writing down some names.
Ben Simmons, Russell Westbrook, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, Rudy Gobert.
Okay, so there's no Trae Young.
No Trae Young.
No Bradley Beal.
No.
Who else is missing? Give me some snubbed people.
To me, Lowry. As much as I don't really, I have a problem with Lowry with his, with his play style. He deserves to be in one of these teams. As much as you don't like him, Chris Middleton should be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid? Probably not. Probably not this. Probably not this season. No. Trae Young, 100% snubbed. 100%. Yeah, he should be second team. He should be like he's high up. I would change a lot about the third team. The third team is so messed up.
Here we go. I just pulled it up real quick, so I don't want to forget people. So yeah, Bradley Beal, that's just atrocious. Like he averaged 30. Like averaging 30 is no joke.
Put him in there instead of Pascal. That's what I would do.
No joke. Trae Young, we said Trae Young. So he averaged, I think, 29.6 and 9.3 assists. Like that's that's like LeBron stats as a little guy. You know what I mean?
As like a 6-footer, yeah.
And I see Devin Booker. Obviously, I don't like because I don't know. It seems like they're counting the bubble, but I'm not too sure. I think based off that, I think they're counting the bubble. But I'm
okay. So why is Lillard not first team?
I disagree with Lillard because Lillard popped off in the bubble. But before bubble, I wouldn't say he's first team. Maybe second team, third team, but I wouldn't say first team.
But it seems like they're including the
bubble.
Then I
see Chris Middleton, and I'm not on the Chris Middleton wave. So I think
he's not in the bubble.
As Booker was the one I was forgetting. Booker, Young, and Beal definitely need to be on this list. Give me third team again over Simmons. Yeah, Simmons out of here.
Simmons,
I think Westbrook also. Like Westbrook actually did pretty decent in the regular season. He definitely had a stretch. He had Ali. Come on now. Remember when we were saying this is Russ's team?
He had 1 month. He had 1 month. But he's not an
He,
all NBA team. Not an all
he had a,
NBA, bro. They need
he
to stop giving people these titles based off of their hypes. It's all
he
hype, bro.
he did have a really good stretch. He did have a really good stretch, but I agree with you though. That stretch does not make him land these teams. I think that was the
100%.
year for us.
No way.
Damn, Bradley Beal. I feel so bad for
Bro,
him, man.
Bradley Beal. Rudy? What about
Yeah,
Bam, bro? What
I
about
ain't in the
Bam?
I ain't in the Rudy hype either. I'm really not.
Bam should be there. Bam Adebayo should be there.
I like how they threw some respect on Jokic's name though. That's
Yeah, he
surprising.
deserves it.
That
He
he get
deserves it.
called something, right?
He 100% deserves it. His regular season stats are nowhere near as monstrous as the postseason, but nevertheless.
But we knew
And,
that the sweatiness was there.
oh, absolutely. But
We knew what it is.
bro, this third team is actually disgusting. Simmons, Simmons and Westbrook actually has me. I'm actually mad at that. Are you kidding me, bro?
I think
Like
that's a
it's
direct swap for Beal and Trey Young, and that
like
would have been
that's
better.
no or Lowry. Either one of like definitely Beal,
Yeah, but
Young and
Trey Young
Lowry,
over Lowry though, right?
Young and Lowry.
20,
You
29 and 9. 29 and
yeah,
9, bro.
yeah, but Lowry second seed. Were they second seed? Yeah, second seed.
Uh, yeah, but that gives credit to Siakam, and we ain't on that.
Yeah,
We
but
ain't about
Lowry's
that.
Lowry's a much bigger part of the team than Siakam. Siakam's still he's what in his third year, second year. Like it's like
So
Lowry is a
Paul
vet, bro.
George didn't make it.
Yeah, no way. Why would he make it?
Just making sure, fam. Just making sure. I mean, Russ made
Why
it.
would he? Yeah, Russ made it, bro. What?
If Russ made
Come
it.
on, come on,
Come on.
come
Yeah,
on, bro.
that's it. That's all I got for this.
Bro, Simmons. Whoa, bro. What?
All right, so I just gotta
Simmons?
clear it up to the fans out there that Ali over here, he ain't a Simmons guy.
I
He
can't.
ain't a Simmons guy.
I'm sure he's a good dude and all. I don't rate that dude at all. He's most overhyped. Like I cannot believe they said this guy's the next LeBron, bro.
What's funny
Come
is
on,
I
come.
have a mate here in Aussie, and I'm trying to convert him to be a basketball fan. So one time he was over at my place, and he was like, "Yo, like show me some Simmons highlights, because like an Aussie player." So he wants to
Yeah.
buzz out to an Aussie player, and I told him, "Oh man, I ain't really seen this, but to be honest, I just picture a whole bunch of like drives and dunks." And then literally it was 15 minutes straight of him getting a sweaty steal, running, and getting a dunk. Now that was good. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, like he's really good at getting these steals. Like that's
A
crazy. It's
fan.
always a
You got no
steal
jump shot.
that gets a dunk. But yeah, no, I told him you ain't gonna see no shots.
You got
You
no
ain't
jump
gonna see
shot,
no
bro.
game. You ain't gonna see
You don't
no
even.
game winner.
You don't even have like a close to the like if you're close to the basket, you don't even have a post fade, bro.
No
You're
bunny
shooting in
shots.
you're shooting
No
in 2K
floaters.
is better than that in real life. It's ridiculous, bro.
No layup. Well, layup package, sure, but like no like
Yeah.
has to be like a driving. No like actual
I can't
like bucket
believe
getting.
this,
No
bro. I
real jelly.
can't believe this hype. Sixers need it. Sixers need to either teach this dude how to shoot or blow this process up.
I
This process,
think the process is done.
oh, bro, they've done they're trusting the process gave them trust issues, bro. That messed them up.
Trust issues.
Yeah, bro.
Love.
Anyways, my third team would probably be. I'm gonna have to go with Lowry over Trey Young. Lowry, Beal, Tatum, Butler, and Bam Adebayo. That would be my third team. That would be my
That's
third
cool,
team. I think.
but I think
Yeah.
Trey Young over Lowry.
Yeah,
Trae
that's all
Young over.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. These media dudes are just something
They got to
else.
step up, man. Give me a vote. Give me a vote. I'll do the simple one: MVP, LeBron, Defensive Player of the Year, AD, and then no one can complain about my votes because they're like legit.
Oh, bro,
'Cause,
I
like,
was thinking about it yesterday. I was actually thinking about it yesterday, right? So LeBron, his last MVP was 2013, right? 2013-14, and then it was Curry, Westbrook, Harden, Giannis, and now probably Giannis, right? And then 2011 was my boy, was D Rose, right? So that means LeBron has missed out on 7, right? I was thinking about this, bro. You're gonna disagree with this because you're a Russ fan. The only 2 players and maybe I'm a little bit biased, the only two players who deserved MVPs in the last decade over LeBron was D Rose and Curry. Which means on top of LeBron's 4 MVPs, he should have 4 more. LeBron should have 8 MVPs, but because of the narrative, because of the media, they've cucked him. And because somehow they just want to keep this Jordan temple alive, they don't want to give him more MVPs. It's stupid.
Well, the same thing happened to Jordan though. So I ain't too mad. But yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I give Russ his MVP, but the thing is, I gave Russ the MVP knowing that LeBron isn't going to get it. Do you know what I mean? It was more like I believe it was between Russ and Harden that year, in terms of narrative. So I gave it to Russ. But technically, yes, LeBron could have had MVP every single year, no problem. Nothing bad about it.
To be honest,
what about KD's one?
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, no, KD deserved it. I forgot about that one. KD deserved it. Anyways,
but we get the idea. He should have 6 more. He should have 6 more.
Definitely, bro. He should definitely have minimum 6 MVP awards.
Right, so I got another gripe to pull. All right,
gripe.
Check this out. So I'm looking at the all rookie teams. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, and Tyler Hero made second team, not first team, right? By 1 point. But to who? Eric Paschal of Golden State. You mean the guy in the lowest record in the NBA, the worst team of this year? How?
Literally.
How did he get 116 points, bro? How? Yeah. Okay. And then I go down, so I look at the bottom, Cody Martin got a vote.
Who?
Cody Martin.
Who's that?
Exactly. He got one vote.
No idea who that is.
Who the hell voted for him?
Bro, do you know who I was a little bit disappointed with actually in that list? I was a little bit disappointed because he made first team. Kendrick Nunn. We were screaming the whole season, bro. It ain't none but a G thing, baby. It ain't none, right? You can't you can't tell me none, right?
He's in the first team though.
He was in the first team, bro, but he's not balling out this whole bubble. He's been very off. That's the one guy.
It's playoffs. This is veteran time, This is veteran time. I think Michael Porter Jr. is literally the only super youngin that's really bowling out here.
Hero.
Hero too, but he was 1 for 8 today, so it still has rookie things going on. So there's still rookie things going on across the board.
None. Ain't none you can tell me. He's been missing.
Yep.
I like Kendrick Nunn. I love his last name. There's so many play on word opportunities. I want to move on before we go on a tangent. Essam, it's time for your curveball question of the day, baby.
Hi, I like the graphic.
That's how you throw a curveball. Apparently.
I was threw up a gang sign. No gang signs. No blue. Okay. No, none of that.
Now I've got a double whammy for you. These last two segments. This being one of them. I just had I had a couple of good ideas. I didn't want to pass up on the last one, which means I made this one pretty easy. This one is not gonna be that much of a throw you off. It was really more because the banner was cool. And it's also these curveball questions are a really good opportunity for listeners to get to know you and your opinions and me and my opinions. Right? Mm-hmm. So we'll start very simple. Your all-time starting 5 in every position. Your all-time starting 5.
That's hard, man. That's hard right now. Well, off the top of the dome,
Yeah.
I haven't
thought about it either, to be honest.
The thing is, it's hard about positions. To be honest, I get confused between power forward and centers. You know what I mean? It's hard,
Okay, put it this way. I'll put it to you this way. If you were gonna verse me in blacktop on 2K, 5v5 blacktop, who is the starting 5 you would go to?
Yeah, so that pretty much is that's pretty much top 5 anyway. That's definitely no doubt about it. I'm gonna go LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, and then probably Shaq.
So you have to go point guard, shooting guard, small forward.
I'd put LeBron at point guard.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's the GOAT point
Yep.
guard. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
Probably Kobe, shooting guard. Maybe I'll put Jordan at the 3. And I don't know who to put on the 4 though. 4 I got to think about 5 Shaq.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good 4. Maybe Garnett, maybe Duncan.
Okay, so you've got so say that again. So you've got LeBron at the point, which should go against the rules, but I'll let you have it. LBJ, you've got Kobe at the guard, you've got Michael at the 3.
I'm not too sure about 4. It's either Duncan or Garnett, maybe.
So pick one.
Oh, I might have to pick Garnett for 3s just to make up for the fact that Shaq can't shoot.
And then Shaq. Okay. My one. Hang on. Here we go. I haven't actually had time.
You can put LeBron at PG too if you want to make it fair. Because if you're picking a little man, it's a rat.
Don't worry about me, man. Okay. Oh, I should mention everyone healthy, everyone in their prime. It goes without saying.
Of course.
Okay, so my point guard. I didn't know you were going to choose LeBron at point, but I already settled on this.
Oh, you broke it down. If it's blacktop, I could pick any 5 players. What would I do? I'd literally do that.
Okay, so I'm going to go D Rose at the point.
It's over. Let's go home.
Listen, I'm going to go Kobe at the 2 guard. I'm going to go LeBron at the small forward, so I can get my LeBron to guard your LeBron. Don't worry. He's still on the court. Our point guards don't have to guard each other, It's fine. I'm sure point guards didn't guard Magic back in the day. I'm sure they got their big player. My 4, this is a tricky one. I'm going to go with KD. I'm going to go with Durant.
Oh, that's why I slipped.
I'm going to go with Durant, and my big man is Shaq.
Okay. So that's where KD at the 4 would have been like straight up. My lineup is most unstoppable lineup ever.
What is it?
If you changed it, so if I made it like LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, KD, Shaq, it's over.
Yeah, if you changed it.
Over. So yeah, that was the one I thought about. I was trying to think of tall.
Change the G to a D.
I was thinking tall, sweaty shooter. I can't believe I didn't think of KD. Damn. Yeah. He been injured for too long, man. He's been injured for too long.
You've been too long. All right, that's interesting, bro. But I don't know. LBJ at the point guard?
Yeah, he's the best point guard ever.
I should have said this. I should have said that's not allowed. That's all right. You got me. You got me on that one. All right.
But if I had to pick a little man, I probably would have picked like Steph or something.
Or just fair enough.
I probably would have picked like Steph, like to match with Rose.
Rose ain't. Steph ain't doing nothing to Rose on the defensive end, fam. He's doing nothing. Yeah, but the thing is Rose will drive through it and be met by Kobe, MJ, KD, and Shaq.
So it's 2s versus 3s, and Steph got hit them 3s.
Yeah, he is. All right, second segment. This is turning into my favorite segment of the Locked Up podcast. What would you do, fam? What would Essam do? Okay, the what would Essam do thing today is, would you approve this trade? So
here we go. Let's go. All right. So have you been making use of the ESPN trade machine this time?
I've been using it. I've thought of 3. I've thought of 3 trade scenarios, and they're not as complicated.
Better trade than last time. That's for sure.
These are good ones, and they work money wise. They all work money wise. Okay. Perfect. I've got one that might tug the heartstrings. I'll leave that one last. Okay. So the first one.
That's about this guy, isn't it?
Maybe. We'll see. The first one. Okay. The Wizards trade Bradley Beal to the Sixers for Joel Embiid.
Ooh. Wow.
27 mil, or I think they literally make like damn near the same amount.
So honestly, it's really hard to think like about the Wizards team because I really don't care about them to keep it a stack. So this is more about a Philly thing. Is that how I'm going to think about it? Yeah. So I'm trying to think. It'd be Bradley, Beal, and Simmons.
Plus Horford and Tobias and. Who
plays point usually?
For
Philly. Know how for Simmons' move to the power forward spot. So who plays PG?
I think it's Korkmaz or TJ McConnell. Is TJ McConnell or is he in the Pacers now? Think of Ben Simmons as the point guard. Okay, let's just for now.
I think it's kind of trash, eh? I would do it probably because I think getting a 30-point per game scorer is pretty much as good as it's gonna get if you trade away Embiid. It can't really get much better. But it's going to be an L though. Like center, the thing is they're not going to have a good center though. Like Horford isn't going to hold it down. Horford is not a good center, bro. Come on, he doesn't even play C. He doesn't even play C.
He doesn't.
So that's the issue there. So that's the issue I have with that part. And then Embiid going over to the Wizards. I guess at least it'll be John Wall and Embiid. So that actually
that's what I mean. Because Wall worked really well. Wall worked so well with DeMarcus Cousins in college. Didn't they win? Our Kentucky Blue on these hoes.
Oosh.
Yeah.
We need to bleep that one. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll do it because I think getting a 30-point per game scorer is as good as it's going to get. But then I think the biggest hole in Philly will be the center spot. They're going to need I don't know, you need to get like Clint Capella or something, then you'd be good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just any old center would do.
Any old center. It's an interesting one, eh? I thought that would be a good one.
So yeah, I would approve the trade. I think definitely, I would approve the trade both ways.
Okay. The next one. I don't know if now that I'm looking at this one, I don't know how good this one is. Paul George and Landry Shamet are traded to the Raptors for Kyle Lowry. So Lowry to the Clippers.
I don't really think you need to add Shamet in there, do you? I think just a straight up trade is fair. I think they're pretty equivalent players, kind of.
They kind of. I think for money purposes, I think Lowry makes a lot. Lowry's on a lot.
I think actually, yeah, I think that makes sense. Actually, I don't know about Shamet. I don't really know about Shamet. I think it becomes too much if you add Shamet.
No, it's that worked in the machine, mate. Worked in the machine.
Yeah, it worked in the machine, but I'm saying in my opinion, because for example, if it's just a straight Lowry for Paul George, Clippers get like a proper point guard because Pat Bev is not a real point guard. You know what I mean? Like one that actually distributes the ball and does all the real point guard things. And then Toronto, they don't really need Lowry as much because they have Fred VanVleet. I mean, that guy shot like double the shots of Lowry anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's like the future point guard of their team. So they'll have a more sweaty scorer next to him. But, then Toronto is just going to do what they used to do and just choke all the time.
So would you pull this trigger? I think I would, eh? Lowry's a winner, bro.
The only thing is Lowry is quite old. He's 35. So he's not going to be a winner for much longer. So, but better than the point guards that the Clippers got going on. There's Reggie Jackson, but like he's not a real point guard. He's just a small shooting guard, though. To be honest,
think Pat Bev and Lou Will when you don't consider Reggie Jackson because he'll probably be gone after this season. So you would do it.
I would do it because I think Clippers need to get rid of Paul George.
Yeah. Okay. The final one. This took me a while to think about, actually. Oh God. Danny Green, Alex Caruso, and Kyle Kuzma have been traded to the Chicago Bulls for Zach LaVine.
Oh,
I needed to hit you with that one.
Danny Green,
Alex Caruso, and Kyle Kuzma.
I would love that. But for Alex Caruso hurts.
It does. I thought so. I thought Kuzma would hurt. Thing is you could replace either Kyle or Alex with Quinn Cook, but Bulls won't accept that.
Yeah, I think like Zach LaVine would make up for the threes that we lose from Danny Green, and he'll make up for Kuz. Like literally combined, LaVine can do it because he's literally hit the record amount of threes in a game. Period. Yeah. So he's capable of getting even hotter than Danny Green can even dream about.
And not to
So
mention, he's one of the best dunkers of all time already.
exactly. So he's still young. He's more athletic than Kuz, and I think he's a smarter player, better player. Hopefully he stays healthy though, because he had to
Bro,
recover from was it Achilles?
ACL, thanks to Tibbs. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Tibbs.
But it seems like he's okay now. Still got that bounce. Still, got a lot of years in him. So yeah, I would do that. But Alex Caruso hurts, man. But it makes sense. It
Bro, I
makes
would 100% do this. Like, no, I wouldn't even think about it.
Alex Caruso. But we finally get our third guy, the
Levine
real.
is one of my favorite players, bro. And this actually works. They can
Yeah,
actually,
but
this can actually be
I think
done.
losing Caruso hurts, man. I think losing
Uh,
Caruso hurts.
Levine will make up for that straight
I mean,
up.
I guess Alex Caruso will be my Lonzo of the AD trade.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's got to bite the
Lakers
bullet.
regretting it. Ali, talk to me. Lakers regretting it right now.
No regrets, bro. No regrets. No regrets.
Rugrats saying do. You know
Hey,
what?
man.
Send it. Give me Zach Levine.
Yep.
Send it.
And just by the way, Lonzo Ball will be the most improved player next season. Just by the way.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna do our next year predictions and stuff in the off season. But I really want to write down. I really want to write down our big calls and actually call each other out on what happens. Because when we call out the media, we got to call out ourselves too. And we get things wrong. We ain't
100%.
But I want to make sure that we don't forget about it and just have our recent calls only and forget about the trash we said in the past. So Lonzo Ball MIP, I'll be looking out for that.
Yeah, look out for it.
Okay. So, but from the Bulls' perspective, though, Danny Green, Kuzma, Caruso, would that actually be good for the Bulls?
Okay, think about it. They are currently in a very, very rebuilding phase, bro. It's in a place where it's just no place for Zach Levine, bro. Levine's an all-star without he should have gotten all-star votes. This dude's one of my favorite players. If you take youngins like Caruso and Kuzma and a vet shooter, 3-and-D guy like Danny Green into a young team like the Bulls with Kobe White, who's got some buckets up his sleeve as well. Wendell Carter Jr. is not bad. I think Thaddeus Young's in that team as well. That's a nice young team.
Taking a look at this team, to be honest, pretty trash team, man. I don't even know half these guys right now.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell is Luke Cornett, bro?
No idea. Oh, they've got Markkanen as well, bro. They've got Lauri Markkanen.
Markkanen is the best player they have.
I love Markkanen. I love McConan.
McConan. Otto Porter Jr. Hey.
Yeah.
That's like the vet.
Low key. Wilt Sunday.
Kobe White, Thaddeus Young. Okay,
Kobe
so
White
just
is
be
nice.
a bunch of scrappy youngins if you add Caruso.
That's what I mean.
Danny Green will be like a vet,
bro. The 3-point shooting vet. I'm telling you, this team.
I think they'll have too many guards, though. I think will be a problem. But I think it'll be improvement of whoever they have going on here, though. So,
100%. Absolutely.
Shaquille Harrison,
and not to mention, we get Levine. We would get Zach Levine, bro. I love that guy.
Say that the Wolves slipped the day they traded that man away.
I
would have kept Levine over Wiggins, and I said that way back then, and I hold to it now.
I'll even go as far to say I would keep him over Towns too, to be honest with you. I'll even go that far. I got a lot of love for this dude, bro. I think this guy's the next best point guard, shooting guard. He can do everything. He can literally do everything. Maybe his defense needs work, but bro, this guy is a two-way slashing playmaker with a hella nice shot.
All right. What about our discussions we had on the chat yesterday? Westbrook for Griffin or Westbrook for Love? How do you feel about those?
Yeah, see, Kevin Love, bro, I think that would be so perfect. And I did that in the machine and it worked. But I didn't bring it up because we already talked about it.
I'd actually understand Blake Griffin more than Love. Love is not that guy.
Blake would work.
I have raged at Kevin Love so much when LeBron was on the Cavs. I have no more faith. He is not Timberwolves Love no more. He is way past that. There's no way I'll do that.
I would 100% do that, bro. What else are you gonna do? You're gonna run it back?
I'd rather Russ than Love.
Now you're not going to run it back, especially with a new coach. Like, or maybe that's actually not a bad idea to run it back with a new coach who runs things differently. That actually might not be a bad idea. Just get a big man, bro. Get someone over 6'7".
Yeah, I think it's time they get a proper big man. I think they slipped by giving away Clint, but I don't know. Their analytics said that Clint was cooking it apparently, but we'll see how that goes.
Clint. That boy Clint.
Clint, man, I believed in him ever since Howard left. I was like, that boy Clint.
Yep. He even improved his free throws. Remember, he was like a 30-something% free throw shooter. Got it up to like 60.
It was disgusting.
Yeah,
he definitely improved it.
But yeah, man, I'm glad you enjoyed those trades, bro. Especially that Levine one. That Levine one, when I saw that could work, because I tried a few different things. I tried Beal as well. We would have to give up way too much for Beal, though.
I tried a few different things. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with that trade machine too. I might hit you up with some curveballs soon.
Do it.
We might need a what does Ali do segment.
What would Ali do? I ain't got no photos like this though. That's the thing. It'll be tough to find one. We'll Anyways, I'm happy to call it here. I got nothing else for episode 7.
So, unfortunately, we'll not be going live for the game 1 of Lakers Nuggets.
Nah.
Your quick prediction, and then give me what your quick prediction of the next Boston and Heat game is.
Miami 3-0. 3-0. Miami. I'm telling you, they're going to sweep the Celtics. And tomorrow, unfortunately, we're probably going to see a feel-out game by LeBron. So I think Nuggets are going to go up 1-0.
I really don't want to feel out LeBron. And I saw a video on Instagram of LeBron James taking some deep threes from half court on his Thanos ting. I want to see some Thanos. I think LeBron James has to realize, like, damn, this team really just beat the Clippers. Like, I think I should take them very seriously. So I really think he should not give them any momentum at all. Just crush it there. But the thing is, toyed around with the Blazers and he toyed around with Houston, so I think he's going to do it to the Nuggets as well. I really do not want to see the Lakers lose. So I think and I hope that the Lakers will win, but I feel like LeBron will still be in feel-out mode. I'm begging for AD to step up in the fourth for once. AD take us home for one. Because I think LeBron James is going to do what he does, and he's just going to chill out and cruise and feel out. But I really hope and I predict that the Lakers will win anyway. I really hope so.
Yeah.
And in terms of Boston versus Heat, man, if it goes 3-0, yeah, it's a sweep. They don't have the mentality to go past that. So because of that, and I don't want the series to end so quick, because this is finally a series that I actually like in the East. I've not enjoyed the East up until this point. And if it just becomes a sweep, man, straight up, the Eastern Conference is the Seabstone Conference. So I really hope, for like entertainment's sake, I really want Boston to win, because I like those guys. I like Tatum, I like Brown, I like Smart. It's just Kemba's the guy I'm a bit iffy on. I'm just disappointed on him. But I did think he's not that guy. And everyone was slandering Kyrie, saying that look how much of a leader Kemba is, but I ain't seeing it like that in this bubble. So
we'll leave it there, right? We'll leave it here, fam.
Another classic episode. We're just going to keep it coming. We're going to keep popping. We're going to keep talking that talk. We'll see y'all next time.
Later, fam. Close it out.